Hello, Leo. Welcome to your November 2024 tarot card reading. Before we get started, I wanted to just announce that on my website, I have posted a 2025 year ahead overview Zoom session booking option. So if you're interested in sitting down with me one-on-one, pulling tarot cards and taking a look at your 2025 astrological transits, you are more than welcome to do that. And the new year is going to be here before you know it. So if you want to get it on the books, now is definitely the time to do that. So I'm looking forward to getting down to sitting down with some of you and kind of talking about what you can expect to come. Okay. So all the information will be in the description box in the comment thread on how to book that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So what is it that Leo needs to know for November 2024? Let's see what comes through here. Death. Well, to be honest, this is a card to be expected because it's Scorpio season, because Pluto is leaving Capricorn on the 19th for good, forever, never ever to return. So there is a lot of death in our lives right now. There's complete and utter shedding of identities, especially with that North Node being in Aries still. There's a lot of, this feeling that our new life is going to cost us our old one. And there's a lot of shedding and giving up and eliminating and, kind of clearing our path in a lot of ways. This is something to be embraced. This is something to be celebrated, to be excited about. I think this new, because we've been kind of teeter-tottering in this in-between world for a long time now. I would argue even for many of us since 2023, we've been kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out of this quote unquote new life, but we haven't really fully embraced or really fully gone in hard. And I think now's the time where we can genuinely start to push on that gas pedal really hard and start to see some incredible changes and incredible progress. Let's see what else comes out with the Moonology deck for Leo. So what do you need to know for November? The energy is gaining momentum. Yeah, I'll say it is. I think it is because it just kind of has to, because that's just kind of the nature of the death process, because we've been probably in a state of decay, right? Some area of our life has been decaying for quite some time, and we've probably been feeling like, all right, I'm getting burnt out with this. I don't have the energy to give anymore. I don't have what it takes to keep it going. I'm not interested in keeping it going. It's time for me to walk away. It's time for me to close up shop and just call it a day. And yeah, once we start doing that, of course, the energy is going to start gaining momentum in new areas. So whether it's a new career path, a new relationship, and whether it's moving or changing your lifestyle in some way, shape, or form. But there does seem to be with that death card a very strict kind of now or never feeling, where we know for a fact that if we don't do it now, this is never going to happen. So there's kind of this all-in quality. We know we have to be all in. We know we have to throw ourselves into it if we ever want to see the success that we're hoping for. 10 of coins, beautiful. What else does Leo need to know for November? 7 of coins. Okay. And actually we'll take that one too. Ace of cups. All right. I'm going to start with the 7 of coins actually in the middle there, because I think that's what's driving everything at this juncture. The 7 of coins is probably our best friend right now. Now the 7 of coins is very analytical. It's not an none of this is these first 2 coins. They're not very emotional. These are black and white, concrete, what is and what is not. And I think we need to be aware of what is and what is not in order for us to start making high quality decisions for ourselves. So when we start thinking about our lives, we start looking at it in a really black and white type of way. We say, okay, well, this is how much money we have in our bank account. This is the state of my relationship. This is what my living situation looks like. This is my lifestyle, and just be real about it, right? Okay, well, this is where it's at. We're not taking it as a reflection of who we are and what we're worthy of and what we deserve. It's not about that. It's just, this is what is. I think there's a lot that you can pat yourself on the back for and say, I've done good. I've made it this far. Look at how much I have accomplished. But right now, especially with Jupiter retrograde, especially in your 11th house, there's a lot of detachment. So when Jupiter comes in through the 11th and 12th houses, so you can kind of continue to look forward to this over the next couple of years, Leo, there does seem to be a pulling away from a lot within your life. Okay. And you start to detach a lot and you start to kind of quote unquote go higher and higher. You start to transcend, and that desire for expansions gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's kind of like the period of assimilation for the next level. Like when Jupiter is in the 10th house, it's kind of like a plateau and you don't necessarily see a ton of growth. But then Jupiter comes into the 11th and 12th and it's like, okay, we're starting to elevate now. And then when it hits the first house in Leo, when it comes into Leo in a couple of years, you're going to have this, sense of rebuilding and starting over and starting fresh. So right now you're in a big growth process for the next couple of years. When I say growth, I don't mean hardship and all these hard lessons, okay? It's just your expectations for yourself are ballooning. You're going to start thinking bigger. You're going to start having bigger dreams, and you're going to start kind of living into this higher potential. But it's all rooted in based on what is right now, and a desire for more, which is displayed in the 10 of coins. The 10 of coins is always our ultimate. And I think the 10 of coins is always this bar that we set that just continues to get further and further. It's like that never ending, like, this is what we're going after. Because once we hit one 10 of coins, there's always going to be another 10 of coins after it, because that's kind of how the soul works, right? We're always expanding no matter what. And once we've achieved a certain set of goals, we may like to be there for a while, but it's only a matter of time before we start looking out and saying, okay, well, what else can I experience? What new adventure can I have? What new goal can I go after? What new purpose can I fulfill? Right? Because that's what happens. That's how our soul fulfills its purpose here, is communicating to us through desire. So to me, it seems like, Leo, you're starting to set that bar a lot higher. Not that you're feeling badly about where you are or what you've done or what you've accomplished with the 7 of coins, because there's no bad feelings here. It's just, all right, well, we've done that. Now we're on to the next thing. This is where we're at, and now we're ready for more. And now we look at this Ace of Cups, and it suggests that, Leo, something is coming in quite quickly. This feels good to me. Of course, the Ace of Cups is always something that is wanted, and there is an element of emotional excitement or emotional satisfaction. And when we have the energy as gaining momentum, this is a real promising omen that says things are starting to move in that positive upswing motion, especially when you've kind of reached this point and things have just sort of fallen off a cliff a little bit. It's nice to know that something is replacing your old life very quickly, that there's not this whole strange interim time where you have to wait and be in all your questions. Now, we'll see what the rest of the cards have to say. I might contradict myself in just a minute, but as it stands with these 5 cards, I don't know that you're really going to be in a period of questioning and doubt. It's just like, all right, out with the old, in with the new, period, that's it, and you move on. And I do think that once you grasp that Ace of Cups and you say, okay, universe, I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to leverage it. I'm going to grow it. I'm going to nurture it. I'm going to make sure that I give it my all. And I'm going to put all my faith into this. I'm going to believe. I'm going to believe in myself. I'm going to believe in the people that I trust. And we're just going to go for it. And it feels really pure. It feels authentic to me. Leo, it doesn't feel like you are doing anything that's going to be harmful or, like you can really trust this process, I think. We'll see what else comes out. But 8 of Coins, Wheel of Fortune. Again, okay, so I feel even better about the message I just gave you. So you're definitely this King of Cups here. All right, the King of Cups is so solid. See, this is not an emotional, volatile time, or it doesn't have to be. I feel like Leo is so contained and so secure and in a way really sure of themselves, and they're sure that this Ace of Cups, whatever it is actually going to grow, and it will with the Wheel of Fortune. Like I don't think you understand the power of your belief right now. The power of your belief is fueling so much. But you're not just believing with the Eight of Coins, you're also working. I like the coins because it's something that we all understand. It's when we wake up, we go to work, we do what needs to be done, we answer the emails, we make the phone calls, we create the products, we fulfill the services, we do what we're needing to do. We take the steps, we make the investments, and we start to see the growth accordingly. It's really cause and effect. Like we know that when we do this, this is going to happen. When we put our effort here and we continue and we're persistent, then we're going to see the finished product. It's all like, it's like the most obvious thing in the world. And you have faith a lot in that process. And I don't see Leo faltering. I don't see you getting sidetracked. I don't see you being lazy or avoidant. I don't see you being in denial. What I see is Leo diving in as much as you possibly can. Like this is an all-in type of situation. There is no halvesies anymore. There is no like, okay, well, maybe I'll do this and maybe I'll do that. And well, I don't know. And there's no time for that. It's just, you're either doing it or you're not. And for those Leos who are here, watching it this month, you're doing it. I know you are because you see that life, you see that 10 of coins, a life, you see the possibility, you believe in it, you believe in yourself, you've got people around you that you trust, like you're in a good spot. That's why I really like this death card, because it just says, look, this whole period of halvesies, of half in, half out, old world, new world, it's done and over with now. Once Pluto crosses over into Aquarius, which of course is opposite of you, plus we also have Mars coming into your sign as well on the 3rd, really early on in November. And he's still in pre-shadow, but he's going to, I mean, as much as the Mars retrograde kind of makes me a little bit nervous from like a more global political standpoint, for us personally, when Mars is in Leo, it's kind of an unleashed Leo energy. It's like, okay, well, we're just gonna have no choice but to follow the beckonings of our soul. Like we don't have a choice. And none of this is rooted in greed. I mean, sometimes we can look at the 10 of coins and say, oh, well, maybe we're being greedy because we're asking for too much. No, it's just what your soul is meant to experience here. You know, you're meant to experience a lot of money. You're meant to experience comfort, emotional security, and safety, and love, and warmth, and belonging. Like you're meant to experience that. And now's the time when you can make the changes in order to have that. Okay? The King of Cups, again, so secure, so stable, so sure of himself. There is this totally unbothered quality that I'm seeing. So even if there are things going on around you, especially like if you're here in the US, we've got an election this month, you know, and it's probably going to get a little, I mean, it's been weird. That was like my number one election prediction, was that this was going to be a very weird election, as it has been. I know that's very generic, but it's probably been the weirdest election ever since I've been alive anyway, at least that I remember. So with all the weirdness going on externally, culturally, with our society, with all, you know, this is a time to be completely unbothered. This is a time for you to say, I don't care what the world is doing. I don't care what's going on. I'm not saying you can't be involved in stuff, but you don't let it affect you, right? And you don't take on things emotionally that don't belong to you. So this is about self-containment. It is about self-protection. It is about looking out for yourself, and again, not in a greedy way, but looking out for yourself, your family, your loved ones, and doing what's right for you. And that Ace of Cups is absolutely what's right for you, because that is what is bringing this fortune in. To the fact that you get the 10 of coins and the Wheel of Fortune, and the energy is gaining momentum, tells me that not only November, but also likely December maybe even on into January, Mars retrograde stuff is probably going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You're going through an inflationary period in your own life. You might be taking on a lot, because I do think with Eight of Coins and King of Cups that you're capable of doing a lot. That's great. And the more you're capable of doing, the more likely that Wheel of Fortune is to start spinning faster. You're doing yourself a lot of favors by focusing. I see no distractions here at all. And so turning off the noise is going to be your absolute best bet. Okay, beautiful. So we have the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory and success. There does seem to be a lot of victory and success for you throughout the month of November. This is as we move into Sagittarius season. So late November, the sun moves into Sag, and that's going to be fifth house activation. So there is going to be a lot of self-expression and creativity that comes through for you during that time. And there are going to be some big decisions that you're going to have to make. These decisions, again, you're probably going to feel a little bit at a crossroads. That is okay. This is a time for you to, again, you have to not listen to people. Please do not listen to people. You have to listen only to yourself, because your intuition is going to be on point. But I know there's going to be a lot of voices around you, and it's easy to be confused. Okay, that's why the more self-contained, the more empowered you can be, the better. And when you start seeing all this momentum and start seeing all this growth, I think you're going to feel so much more confident in yourself. And you're like, I don't even want to listen to anyone else, because I have so much good stuff going on right now. I'm starting to really see the life that I want to lead unfolding right before my eyes. And it's because I'm doing it. And I'm starting to realize the power of my investment here. And I don't want to invest anywhere else. So yes, there could be a moment where you kind of are a little shaken, but this is not extreme. Two of Swords is not extreme. It's just a matter of, do I go left or do I go right? So what you want to do in that scenario, because again, Eight of Swords, you're not going to really be able to see. Both these cards have blindfolds. So this is the moment. Now, one of the themes that's been coming out for all the zodiac signs so far, and I didn't see it until just now, so you're probably going to have to wait till Sagittarius season for this to really come through, but the theme of faith is coming through super hard. And you are going to have to deal with the fact that you're going to have to operate in faith at some point throughout November and even on into December. Yes, energy is gaining momentum. And yes, you're very self-contained and controlled. But there does seem to be a point where you're like, well, I don't know what these external factors are going to do. I don't know what the rest of the world is doing. I don't know what the economy is doing. I don't know what's going on with this election. Or you've got all this stuff. And that may be the moment where you want to hesitate or pull back, which is so contradictory to everything we just said. This could potentially be a self-sabotage moment. This is why you cannot let the other voices get inside, but it could potentially be a self-sabotage moment. Now, I don't see you actually doing that, but I see the temptation to do that. That's all, just the temptation. And it's only because you can't see. It's only because you have a lot of questions. And it's only because you're like, well, I want to wait and see for X, Y, and Z to happen, or A, B, and C to happen, and then I'll make a decision. I don't know that waiting for an external event to happen or for someone beyond your power or control to do something is going to be beneficial for you. So when you hit that marker, the real question is are you going to be strong enough and courageous and brave enough to proceed anyway, even though you still can't see how things are going to turn out? I mean, you can never see how things are going to turn out, but sometimes you can be a little bit more sure than others. Like, for example, I think we're all pretty sure that the sun is going to rise tomorrow, right? We're all pretty sure. We're all pretty sure that we're going to be able to get up and go to work, and we're going to be able to do what we need to do. For the most part, we're pretty sure that we can do that. So if you can operate like that, and if you're pretty sure or sure enough that you've got this, then you're setting yourself up for more success, even though your mind may be trying to play a few little tricks on you. And I know the tricks kind of suck because our brains can be so complicated sometimes, but you don't have to be trapped. You don't have to be stuck. So operating in spite of not knowing is going to be an ideal way to operate for you, Leo. Okay? Sorry, the landscapers are here. Sorry if you hear all the motors and stuff outside. Let's just pull the clarifiers here. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to clarify this 10 of coins. What is it that Leo needs to know for the 10 of coins? For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm about to pull out like 27 new cards, 3 cards per card. We're going to talk for another 25, 30 minutes or so about all these cards. So if you want to join, the link for that will be in the description box in the pinned comment thread down below. Okay? All right. So we start with the 3 of Wands. Beautiful. We love that. 10 of coins and a 10 of cups. We have Judgment, World, 6 of cups. Another Ace of Cups. I'm loving that ace. 9 of coins. Okay, this is an extremely positive reading for you, Leo, which I think you deserve. I think there's been some harsh readings for Leo this year, you know? Pluto in the 6th house. It's not an easy transit. I think we talk so much about the cardinals being hit by the Pluto in Capricorn, but I also think Leo and Aquarius and Geminis are the 3 other signs that have really had difficult Pluto transits. 6th house is not easy, and Pluto coming through there for the past 15 years, it's really cracked the whip and really put you on something, okay? So that's coming to an end officially, which is great. Beautiful Emperor. Love to see that. Beautiful Queen of Wands. I love that you're coming out so majestic. 2 of Swords, Strength. Okay, so I knew you were going to have to be brave. You're going to have to exhibit faith. 6 of Swords. King of Swords. I actually like the King of Swords in this instance, which is great. Ooh. A double 8 of Swords. Okay, I'm going to pull out 3 more since we got a double down. Empress, 6 of coins, 10 of wands. All right, everyone. So this is where we're going to pick up in the comprehensive. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. Thank you all so much. Have a lovely November, and I'll talk to you soon.